In Rochester, New York, recently, the mayor, oh God, her name, Lovely Warren, that's what it is. And God, don't we love that name?
Her name is lovely?
Her name is lovely.
It is lovely.
Lovely Warren. I would vote for her just based on that, because it sounds nice. She recently added actually transgender health care benefits to for employees and their families enrolled in the enhanced medical plan. Apparently that didn't rub some people the right way, especially on the Breakfast Buzz show 98.9. Kimberly and Beck were actually fired after making incredibly profound anti-transgender marks on air.
The dude can look like a lady and the city is going to pay for it.
You look like a lady.
Your tax dollars at work. Woo!
Does that mean then they'll also, if women want to have a boob job, they'll pay for the boob job? Because I think that's only right.
The services that will be paid for under the new coverage: gender reassignment surgery, psychological counseling, because you're probably a nut job to begin with. That's my opinion.
Because you're probably a nut job to begin with. Very tactful, I must say.
You know, I was going to defend them in the right of free speech until that part. I really was going to say, you know, if the FM radio DJs in the morning don't have the right to be hack, drivel, just pandering, awful people, then who does, really? I mean, if you turn on any FM radio station in the morning, it's all terrible. But of course, it's easy to take pot shots at the transgender community, but it's that last part where it got like particularly sort of personal and unnecessary.
I mean, it was full of low blows, from the Aerosmith dude looks like a lady reference to calling them nut jobs. I mean, they were clearly taking the line of transgender identity and just making a mockery out of it.
Yeah. But I will agree with Dave on the part that, like, if dumb morning DJs, if the Jennifer and Beck, is that Kimberly and Beck? The Kimberly and Beck morning show, the Breakfast Buzz. Welcome to Breakfast Buzz. 84 degrees in Rochester, going to get up to a high of 92 in downtown, and my career is not going in any way the direction I thought it would.
Especially if it's that hot in Rochester.
Yeah, totally. Well, summer, it can get up there in August, I think. A little 84 was too hot for that early. That was my mistake. But like, if those guys, when the city allows for gender reassignment surgery, like, if they can't get away with playing dude looks like a lady, that's why you become a morning radio host. Like, so I too would have been like, guys, you're horrible, shut up. But I would have had them, perfect world would have had them reprimanded, you know.
Yeah.
But they went, again, as you said, it went many minutes.
I mean, it was a 12-minute rant.
12-minute clip.
A 12-minute rant, and
each minute that you hear each little clip there, they're like, oh, you're moving a little closer to the end of your career. A little.
Exactly. I think the real slam dunker was when an actual trans person called.
Oh, good.
And this trans individual called, somebody who identifies as male, I'm assuming, and Beck, I think Beck is obviously the gentleman on air. Beck actually backhandedly said, "Oh, excuse me, sir," in a very condescending way. And it's like, okay, obviously the mayor wasn't passing this out of left field. Obviously this is a collective kind of thought shared by the community, I'm assuming. So you're going to piss some people off if you're over here just completely slandering a community, and you're not even doing it with any type of factual basis. They just sounded incredibly ignorant, in my opinion.
Do you think it should go right to the firing as opposed to suspension or something before? Because that's the one part that I always err on the side of free speech. Yeah. And you know, even this week, did you guys see this, that RuPaul was in trouble with GLAAD and with Logo because she said tranny? I mean, if RuPaul can't say tranny, and I'm only saying it now because I'm quoting RuPaul,
right.
But if RuPaul can't say tranny and then not feel under the heat of GLAAD and Logo, then that's the free speech part of this that I think is tough.
I just got a text from Jake. You've been suspended for 2 weeks.
Oh, great. I thought I got suspended for the Indian joke last week, but now I'm really suspended.
You know, I think that this comes under a different light. I mean, freedom of speech, it's very hard to kind of hone it down onto one thing, because it's such a broad term. And when you get to talking about tranny, I don't know, I think that's a more playful thing. This was a very slandering discussion. And I mean, you have to think, what about Don Imus when he came on and made the reference to the basketball player?
I never would have fired Don Imus for that. I never would have in a million years. I would have told him that well, first of all, it wasn't funny, but like these guys aren't. The truer words have never been spoken. Kimberly and Beck aren't comedians, and Imus is sort of a comedian, and he was trying to be funny. And if you're trying to be funny, to me, you get a much wider berth, And so I just, to me, that wasn't a firing offense, offensive as it was. And of course, in freedom of speech, there's the First Amendment, and then there's freedom of speech. And depends on what context you're talking about. If you're talking about protected First Amendment speech, then they have no protection at all. All they have is protection that they're not going to get arrested and go to prison for saying that. They're certainly not free to say anything, and it reflects on their company, and their company can make. So in that sense, the company certainly has that right. But broadcasters and people whose job it is to share their opinions, I agree with you, have some freedom, need to have freedom to express that without constant fear that they're going to make somebody angry and people are going to get offended. It's going to cost them their job. I say often, you don't have a right not to be offended in this country.
Yeah.
But I also end up going with, I'm pretty sure I would have fired them.
Well, yeah, I mean, and I'm also looking at the fact that right after this happened, before they were fired, 4,500 signatures came through requesting their termination. And I don't know how big the listening community is in Rochester.
It seems like a lot.
It seems like a lot. So, I mean, you have to weigh in. I mean, this is radio we're talking about here. They do rely on their listeners to get ad space, etc. So they want to keep them happy. I don't blame them for firing them. I think they're ignorant, and I would have done it myself.
It's a morning show in Rochester. Knowing what we know about the fickleness of radio, they were probably getting fired next Tuesday anyway, because that's just how that shit goes. Because all of a sudden, you know what? We're a country station now. You fuckers are fired.